Here we came too far, in the darkest days, don't know where we are, or who we are. Here we came too far, in the darkest days, don't know where we are, or who we are. Here we came too far, in the darkest days, don't know where we are, or who we are. Here we came too far, in the darkest days.
Y'all, Planet of Fake for Kids here on Pigstar HH News. I did a live on Quawan Charles yesterday, a 15-year-old that allegedly left his house with a 17-year-old white kid and his mother and was basically found miles and miles away in a sugarcane field. Well, shout out to Blessed Life. She actually got a phone call, I think, between the two parents, and I want y'all to check that out with this initial information, with people's opinions, and they're calling this the Emmett Till of 2020. If you haven't seen my live yesterday, just go to my channel and put in Quawan Charles, and that channel is Planet of Fake for KDZs. Yup, and it's a messed up story. I think the mother should have came out and said her son was abducted, not that he left without her permission. Even though he's 15, the police still should have took it as a priority, being he's a minor. You know what I'm saying? What did they say to lure this kid in a car with them, allegedly? But we don't know if he got lured in the car or if they abducted him. We do know one thing: he has a white stepfather who was at the vigil, and he said he just wants to be treated like regular people that something tragic happened to. Give them the information. So check this video out, y'all. With that being said, what you heard and saw was the content. For additional content, click the link in the description. Like, follow, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, visit my community wall, and if you have time, go to www.amore-eka.com/TV. That's our Planet of Fakes too. We are the new umbrella. Planet
of the Fakes for Kids. Family of drowned St. Mary Parish teen suspects foul play in his death, seeks further investigation. St. Mary Parish. According to CAG, the family of a 15-year-old boy found dead near Louisville is in search of answers related to the cause of the beloved teen's death. The family says they were told Quawan Charles drowned, but now they're endeavoring to get an independent autopsy. According to the boy's family, Charles was reported missing on Friday, Oct. 30 in Baldwin, after he left his home without permission, accompanied by two individuals, a 17-year-old friend and the friend's mother. 3 days later, on Nov 3, Charles was found dead in a rural area off Ed Broussard Road near Louisville. They still have not shown us where Quawan was or what creek he was found at. We can't even go and put up a cross where he was found at. They're being very discreet, Selena Charles, the spokesperson for the family, says. Selena Charles says one reason she and other family members don't believe Quawan drowned is a graphic photo of Quawan's body circulating on social media. His face is disfigured. So there's some explaining that needs to be done there. His face is disfigured, Charles said. Attorney Ron Haley is representing the family, CAC reports. We have no answers, but we're going to get them, Haley said. They were told things like he's probably at a football game, probably here, there, anywhere else, and we don't know if those delays could have contributed to his death. We know when there is a missing child, the most critical moment is when you first call law enforcement that the child is missing. Haley issued a news release, explaining that in addition to demanding the arrest of anyone involved in Charles' death, the family is investigating the coroner's preliminary findings in relation to the boy's cause of death. Haley also said the family is looking into why the Baldwin Police Department failed to issue an Amber Alert for the missing teenager. Thank you very, very, very much. Go to www.amor-eka.com.
Drowned. That's what they said, and that they're waiting on a toxicology report. And they said that the toxicology report can take up to 8 weeks
Family members of a 15-year-old boy found dead near Loreauville, not buying the cause of death in the case. Family members say they were told Quawan Charles drowned. Now they want an independent autopsy. Quawan Charles was reported missing on Friday, October 30th in Baldwin. Family members say he left his home with a 17-year-old friend and his mother without permission. Charles was found dead in a rural area off Ed Broussard Road near Loreauville 3 days later. Three's on the street tonight. Katie Easter joins us live with the update from family. Katie.
Well, earlier tonight, I spoke to a family member here at the public library in Lafayette, and they say they have more questions for the Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office, but they aren't getting very many answers.
But they still have not showed us exactly where Quawan was, in what creek, by what field. We don't know. We can't even go and put up a little cross or something in the area where he was found at. We don't know. They're being very discreet.
Family spokesperson Selena Charles says one reason she and other family members don't believe Quawan drowned is a graphic photo of Quawan's body circulating on social media.
His face is disfigured. So there's some explaining that needs to be done there. His face is disfigured.
We have no answers. Well, we're going to get them, but we have no answers at this point.
The family has retained attorney Ron Haley.
They were told things such as he's probably at a football game, probably here, there, or anywhere else. And we don't know if those delays could have contributed to his death. When there is a missing child, we know that the most critical moments are when you first call law enforcement in to know that that person, that kid, is missing.
I reached out to the Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office, and they said there was no new information at this time. Reporting live, Three's on the Street, Katie Easter, KTC TV3.
Planet of the Fakes for Kids. What happened to Quawan Charles? 15-year-old Quawan was murdered with his horribly burned and beaten body found on 11 seconds. Facebook opinions. We need answers. If you have any info about the last moments of Quawan's life, please come forward and help to bring peace and justice to his loved ones. My soul hurts for this lady. This is the very reason why I didn't let my kids hang with anyone after school. They came home and didn't see anyone until the next day at school again. Those friends know something, and I pray they find out the truth. Praying for justice for him and for his family in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, for strength and peace of mind for the days and weeks ahead. Rip. They know exactly what happens in America today. Too many hanging victims called suicide, black victims, modern day lynching and slanning. I guess you can call them the hoo-hoo. Justice for all thousands of black victims, including children, who were murdered by their own black community members. My Crump ignores that issue for some fame in the news media for several incidents. Wow, big time hypocrite Crump is. Arthur Fairchild, do you think that we don't do anything in our communities? How do you know what you just said? Do you know me? No, you don't. Ben is just one man. We have men like Ben in every city in America, and people like you disrespect him all the time. What are you doing about this epidemic? This little boy was taken from his home by white people and found looking like Emmett Till. You're worried about the wrong issue. You're the same person that wonders why people will be protesting when this is made national news and it won't be. BC of Ben Crump. There was a lynching in Louisville last year, but not really covered. There were lynching in Mississippi, Fort Wayne, Indiana, with the victims' hand tied behind their backs. My father's brother was killed wearing his army uniform coming home to Detroit after WW2 ended in Louisville. He had more than a knot on his head. He was mutilated. Looked like Emmett Till. Pouting face, angry face, thumbs down sign, broken heart, crying face with medical mask. Thank you very, very, very much. Go to www.amer-eca.com. This
is the last place the family of Quawan Charles saw their son alive. He was taken from here without their consent, and the next time they heard of him, he was dead.
for more of a backstory, that was Quawan Charles, and he was only 15 when he went missing on October 30th. On October 30th, a friend and the friend's mom picked him up from his home without the permission of either of his parents. The parents reported this to the police. They did nothing, not even issue an Amber Alert. They said that he was probably at a football game. And the family had to start their own investigation, which is how they initially found out that their son was picked out without their permission. And unfortunately, a couple days later, on November 2nd, his body was found in a rural area, and his wounds were so horrific that it's been compared to Emmett Till's. And the family says that they're not being provided with the autopsy results, so they have to raise their own money for a second autopsy before his funeral. It's also necessary because of the chances of a cover-up in that first official autopsy. If you want to donate, you can Google his name and it will be the first thing to pop up, but as a massive trigger warning, the cover photo is pictures of his body.
People screaming that they want civil war, but some of us have never left one. Say his name. 15-year-old Quawan Charles. October 30th, 2020. Quawan was picked up by his friend's mother, Janet Irving, and her 17-year-old son without the permission of Quan's parents. After discovering that their son was missing, Quan's parents called the fucking police. Baldwin Police Department denied the family an Amber Alert, shutting down the fear of two worried parents, stating that Quawan was probably just at a football game, leaving the family to have to conduct their own fucking search party. On November the 3rd, 15-year-old Quawan Charles was found dead in the woods. No arrest made. Because these motherfuckers failed to do what they were supposed to do in the first place, the lack of trust that this family has in this motherfucking police department, they opted to pay for their own fucking autopsy. There are two pictures behind me. One from 1955 and the other one from 2020. The only thing that's changed is the fucking time. Justice for
A family is asking for justice after their teenage son was found dead in a sugarcane field. The Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office says they found Quawan Charles in a rural area Monday off Ed Broussard Road. He was reported missing to the Baldwin Police Department last Friday. News 10's Neil Zarang visited the young man's home in Baldwin after a vigil mourning his death.
This is the last place the family of Quawan Charles saw their son alive. He was taken from here without their consent, and the next time they heard of him, he was dead. The tears shed for Quawan Bobby Charles will not bring him back or fill in the details to his family's many questions. The only 15-year-old boy was found dead in a Lorville sugarcane field by an Iberia Parish drone Monday afternoon.
I'm devastated. I never thought this would happen to my son. And I just want justice for my son.
Roxanne Nelson reported Quawan missing to the Baldwin Police Department Friday. She says a so-called friend and his mother picked up the young teen without permission from either parent.
You cannot just take somebody's son, bring him to your house, and not be held accountable for them because he was in her custody.
The family saw Quawan's body at the coroner's office with a large knot on his head. They believe someone hit him and hid the body. They were told the death is being investigated as a homicide.
Know your children's friends very well to always know where they're at.
Iberia Parish deputies say the investigation is ongoing and urge anyone with information to contact their detectives.
I just wanted the best, and I'm really devastated because this is my baby. This is my youngest child. He's only 15.
Let me get really quickly to the mother. Hi, how you doing? Can you tell me a little bit about Bobby? What kind of child was he?
Quawan was a happy child. You know, he loved everybody. He trusted people. He trusted the wrong people this time, you know. And I miss him. I'm devastated. This is my baby. He's, you know, only 15 years old. I'm going through hell right now because I don't have Quawan with me anymore. And I just want justice for my son. I want the lady that came get my son, her and her son, to be held accountable.
Why were they here? Where were they going? What was the...
I didn't even know I wasn't aware of them coming here. They claim, Quawan said that he had our permission, which wasn't true at all, because I don't even know these people. I just found out their names the other day. And they brought him to Lorville. He was fine. He was alive when they can't pick him up. And when he went to Lorville, they found him dead. So I want to know who killed my son. And I want to know why.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. You have our condolences on behalf of the TV station. Can you tell us what type of child was he? I mean, you're his stepfather. What was your bond like with him?
He was quiet, reserved to himself, but he was very smart, and he was very polite. He didn't disrespect anybody. He respected his mother. He respected everybody in the household. And it's just a loss. It's just another lost youth that we have. And it's just so sad that he had to die so young when he had so much potential. And who knows what he could have become. I think he had the potential to become anything he wanted to. And now he's just a statistic, a victim. And we just want justice. We would like to know what happened to him. We would like to get an honest report from the coroner as to why he died. Was it a homicide? Was there foul play? Or the suspects, just the same thing that anybody else would want, any other family would want. And that's all we want. And we want those answers, and we want them to find us people, and we want justice. And we kind of feel like we were ignored. I'm not sure about the timeline, but I think the second is when they said that they found a body, but they didn't tell us till days later, and that doesn't make sense. So somebody may have misreported something, but we just want respect, the same respect, just like if it were any other family anywhere else.
Okay, thank you. I want to respect their time and your time, so thank you.
Appreciate you.
Emmett Till. Back in 1955, Emmett Till was kidnapped by a lynch mob, beaten to death, and thrown in the river. And for what? Allegedly whistling at a white woman. And this is what he looked like when they found him. History has now repeated itself. This is 15-year-old Quawan Charles. He went missing on October 30th. He was apparently picked up from his father's house by a friend and his friend's mother. The family filed a missing persons report, and the sheriff's office confirmed that they did have a missing persons report. However, they did not have his name because he's a minor. His body was not found until November 2nd, around 5 p.m., way out in a rural area. And this is how they found Quawan Charles. This is what a modern-day lynching looks like, along with the 8 hangings that have happened. Ahmaud Arbery being hunted like a fucking animal and shot.
I'm going to stand right here because not since the images I grew up with of the face of Emmett Till after he had been murdered in Money, Mississippi, after allegedly whistling at Carolyn Bryant, a white woman, have I ever seen the face of a black child look like that since then until now. This is 15-year-old Quawan Charles. Quawan Charles was reported missing by his family on October the 30th in Baldwin, Louisiana. When police responded, they told his family that he had just been most likely at a football game and he would return soon. Quawan had been picked up by Janet Irvin and her 17-year-old son, allegedly. His body was found on November the 2nd in a field. I ask you to go Google his face. I can't go on right now.
Quawan Charles, a 15-year-old boy who was reported missing on October 30th. This is what...
Definitely go to my man's page because he has facts. I didn't want to give y'all all these facts because I'm just pissed. This is a baby. When we say Black Lives Matter, y'all say all lives matter. We say that the justice system is broken, y'all say it's just fine. Shit breaks my heart, yo. This is a baby. This is somebody's son, yo. Beaten, lynched. When I tell you that we need to raise arms Get your gun licenses anywhere you need to get them. We need to start protecting our own. We need to protect our own now. Because this world don't give a damn about us, and that shit's just sad, yo. I pray for their family. I pray for comfort. God, send your angels, yo.
I gotta be honest with y'all, I find myself losing just a little bit more of my faith in humanity every day. The shit I just seen made me sick to my fucking stomach. Quawan Charles, a 15-year-old boy who was reported missing on October 30th. This is what he looked like the last time his mother seen his face. This is what he looked like when they found him on November 2nd. And according to his family, the hospital is refusing to release the findings of the fucking autopsy report. Did you see his face? That child was lynched and beaten to death just like Emmett Till. And you don't need a fucking autopsy report to tell you that. What blows my mind is how you could show somebody that shit in 2020 and they'll still have the fucking audacity to say that we're out here playing victim. And the part that's absolutely fucking with me the most is that it didn't even make the news. And I'm racist because I want Black Lives to matter?
Hi, this is Roxanne Nelson. You want me to call you?
Yes, ma'am. Hi. My son is, I don't know what you want to say. He's not friends with him after all this stuff.
Okay.
Okay, well, anyway, to the same story, but he did say whenever they picked up your son, him and his mother, and the stepdad were all tripping, they did some mushrooms. Those ones that are poisonous or whatever, they make you trip out or whatever.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Well, they were all on mushrooms, not your son. I'm talking about James. So when we got there, he left. He said, "Oh, well, then he don't know anybody." So he kept changing his story. Well, and then the mother and my son went to get in her car, but it smelled strong like bleach. And she told my son, she said, "You can't smoke in the car because we bleached it."
Oh.
And then from what I could understand, he told my son that they found your son's body in a sugarcane field behind their house. So it's like they bleached the core because they used the core to go hide the body, your son.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and it's eating me alive.
So what's your son's name?
Me.
What's your son?
What up, y'all? Planet of the Fakes, king of content. Thank you for looking at my video. And also, I need y'all to basically follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is it ain't even POTF. It's just planet_of_the fakes. Planet_of_the fakes. Subscribe to all my channels too. Mainly Planet of the Fakes, Umbrella Corp, POTFS, Planet of the Fakes Women Group, Planet of the Fakes 4KDZ, and make sure you like us on Facebook. Just put POTFS Global News. Thanks for watching our video, and definitely make sure you visit www.amordashika.com/TV, and that's basically where you see thousands of videos on our website, unflaggable, uncopyrightable. You could be there too. Just get your content together. King of content, queens of content, Planet of the Fakes too. We are a platform. With that being said, what you heard and saw was the content. For additional content, click the link in the description. Like, follow, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, visit my community wall, and if you have time, go to www.amordashika.com/TV. That's our Planet of the Fakes too. We are the new umbrella, Planet of. And I wanted to bring some things to your attention. Oh, you know I'm going to follow that. You know I'm going to follow that. I'm going to follow that. Oh, I'm definitely going to follow that. I'm following that. I'm following that. Following that. Skip, 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 skip. Skip. Oh, I'm following that. 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 Oh, I'm following that. I'm following.